Start by clicking Edit on the desired page. You'll notice the editor looks a lot like Word. Let's add a little formatting. We can make text bold, use italics, and underline. We can also add new headings, add new paragraphs, and easily create bulleted lists. We can even easily add pictures. Adding images can be a little complex, so let's go through it step by step. The first pop-up you see is provided by the editor. We'll talk a little more about this later, but first let's click the Browse button to find our image. This screen is provided by a module separate from our main editor. It lets you upload new images and browse through all existing images on a site. If you click on Filters, you'll also see some additional search options. For now, let's just upload a new image. After uploading, click on an image to select it. After you select an image, you can specify its size, alignment, and whether or not the image links to other content. You can choose any size from tiny to large. As much as possible, the image sizes available have been made to fit within the layout of our theme. If we change themes, we can dynamically resize images using these presets. Although the first image pop-up window has some options for alignment, you need to specify the alignment on this screen. I'll explain a little more about that in a second. Now we're back to the first image pop-up screen, which is provided by our editor. The URL and alternative text have been pre-populated. The alternative text is used to provide a description of the image to both cited and non-cited users. If the image is semantically meaningful, ADA compliance requires you to add a short description here. Below that, you'll see several formatting options for width, height, border, spacing, and alignment. Ignore these. These controls generate code which is not XHTML standards compliant, and for quality control, we remove all non-standards compliant code from our content when it is rendered. If you'd like to add alignment, do so at the previous screen. Now that we've covered the basics, let's see what the source code for our content looks like. Everything you see here is HTML code. HTML, or Hypertext Markup Language, is a system of tags for specifying layout and style of content. Let's look at some of the tags generated by our earlier changes. Here, a section of text is denoted with a beginning and ending p tag for a paragraph. The strong tag makes the word Newfoundland appear in bold. EM stands for emphasis and gives us italics. The image tag is much more complicated with attributes for style, alternative text, and the actual path to the image on our server. Although it's not required, a basic understanding of HTML will help you create better content with less effort. It is often very useful to see an outline of the basic HTML blocks from within the graphical editor. You can do this using the Show Blocks button. Now we can see all the paragraph and heading tags. This is useful because some of the editor's buttons are scoped to a block of text, and the outline tags and blocks make that behavior a little more intuitive. The last thing we need to do is to save our content. And now our content's on the site, available for anyone to see.